Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And put down in the comment section below what the first month was that you got into cryptocurrency. I always find it really fascinating to see how the community has grown over the years, as some of you guys have been into crypto for 5 years, and some of you guys have been only in it for like 3 days or so. I think it's pretty funny, but let me know down below when the first time that you got into it was. Having said that, today is a very interesting episode as we have an article here that actually talks about the big XRP crash that recently happened. BitMEX here has revealed how it prevented tons of XRP liquidations during the major crash. This BitMEX safeguard has prevented a slew of XRP liquidations on one of the cryptocurrency's darkest days. And I found that really interesting because most of the guys only talk about how these exchanges are helping people out to get liquidated, and in general, we don't really see too much positive coming from BitMEX. But let's quickly read through this and we'll actually notice or find out why this is the case. So in a recent blog post, the exchange BitMEX touted its index protection parameter that made it possible to avert a string of liquidations during the violent sell-off XRP that took place on February 1st. Back in December, BitMEX updated its index protection rules to prevent price swings from having an outsized influence on the market. BitMEX notes that there was a deviation of up to 12% between the price of the token on Binance and other cryptocurrency exchanges that constitute the index. If there had not been any safeguards in place, XRP would have been moved over 7%, thus triggering a string of liquidations. Instead, the price remained steady because the faulty move was taken out of the equation. So, from a certain perspective, this is really good, right? Because you would think, well, if they have a safeguard in place which kind of protects from heavy swings like that, they are protecting the investor who has a long open, for example, from just getting liquidated in like a very quick pump and dump type of move. On a different end, that's also the risk that some are taking, and that's also why some people might have gotten into your crypto to purchase, right? So I don't know if protections like this should also be taken, because yeah, from a different perspective, if it's not just one party doing it, if there's a lot of parties involved with, their own money all making the same choice, is that really protect worthy? Is it not the same like what's the company now? What is I don't know the company now. Robinhood. There we go. What Robinhood has been doing, is that not the same thing? If you're protecting an exchange from pump and dumps, basically, you're kind of manipulating the market in that sense as well, right? You might say, well, but they're trying to manipulate the market and I'm protecting people from it. It goes two ways, because they're trying to do something which you might call illegal, and thus you're doing something illegal by protecting the market, basically. Now, again, the difference comes there in that they're not doing something officially illegal, as they're just having an equation for how they want to value things. And yeah, they can't change that accordingly, like every exchange basically does, because you might have noticed no exchange is exactly the same price. And now it is up to them to really value it correctly to their needs, especially if they're doing derivatives, right? Things become a little bit more different. Now, a constituent gets excluded from the index in case of a volatile move of more than 10%. So in this case, what I'm really mostly thinking about is, okay, so what they've just basically done is you have a lot of exchanges that you put into your index. For example, CoinMarketCap or Live CoinWatch also has a lot of exchanges that they like to put in. And if one really deviates a lot, you just take that one out. Now, the negative part is we also saw this happening with XRP in January 5th or something like that of 2018, which is basically when XRP was at all-time high. CoinMarketCap decided to take out Korean exchanges where XRP was trading at a premium, and we saw a very huge price fall of XRP because, well, the premium was taken out, so the price looked to drop quite dramatically. A constituent, for indices with 3 or more constituents, if a constituent price differs from the median constituent price for that index by more than 10%, it is excluded from the index calculation. The fair price of indexes with only one constituent is determined based on the last calculated price following a whippy double-digit move. Parameter safeguards are highly technical, some would say boring, parts of how we track the true market price of underlying instruments. But there's nothing boring about keeping positions intact when whippy moves happen elsewhere. And that's, again, basically what it comes down to. It's not on their own platform, but it is on different platforms which they, take the price of, basically. BitMEX is no longer the king of liquidations, however. As reported by you today, the XRP cryptocurrency experienced a stupendous crash earlier this week. On the same day it soared to its multi-month high. This is widely believed to be caused by unscrupulous actors artificially pumping the token. And according to BitBT data, BitMEX is currently the fourth largest exchange by total liquidation volume of XRP after Binance, FTX, and Bybit. While the whole industry went through a historic growth cycle in 2020, BitMEX had a rough year. After nearly driving Bitcoin to zero with cascading liquidations during Black Thursday on March 13th, BitMEX then faced CFTC charges in October, while CEO Arthur Hayes and other co-founders appeared in the DOJ's crosshairs. Now, one thing I find interesting is that this is all not available to US customers, and actually quite a lot of the things we're talking about here are not actually available for US customers, yet a lot of it has to do with US customers. That's pretty interesting, right? As a lot of these pump and dump talks are being talked about by US people, or really these exchanges are also traded a lot on by US, even though they're not even officially even allowed to be on there. I just found that really interesting. But that is just one thing. I just really think you guys should think about that too. Should this be allowed? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? It would have basically led to a lot of liquidations over on BitMEX had they accepted this 10 or 7, percent move. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Should it have been allowed? My opinion is yes, it should have been allowed. But then on the other hand, yeah, if one exchange only deviates that much, which is mostly because Binance was one of the only ones that actually allowed XRP to be bought, yeah, then on a different end, yeah, they should also maybe exclude it because it's just like I don't know, it just doesn't really fit well. I do get both sides of this one, but let me know what you guys think below. Then Cardano, which has been pumping like crazy. So a lot of you guys talk about this and ask me as well, what do I think, what's going on? All I know is, damn, my money is changing a lot. Damn, my Cardano holdings are going crazy. And I like it on a different end. And I like it a lot. On a different end, I also hate it because, well, there goes my cheap entry, right? And that's for most of these coins. We got 350% in the last 90 days. That kind of scares me. That really is a ridiculously high amount. It was always at like, I would have had like 6 cents, 5 cents for Cardano. All of a sudden, it's freaking 50. That is completely crazy to me. But yeah, Cardano, core native asset of Cardano blockchain, refuses to stop its impressive pump ahead of massive technological updates. Who would have actually thought that these updates that they have actually would do this much? We all talked about them the longest time ago, and I've done at least 250 Cardano episodes on the channel here, solely dedicated to Cardano, but even I did not expect them to gain this much. The whole process with Cardano is just so odd, where they have a really slow approach to things, right? And I've always said they're the slow killer, basically. They just go up slowly, but will kill in the end. But I never expected them to go this well. And they're still keeping it up. They're still going with a huge pace. And I'm just really trying to congratulate all of you who've been holding Cardano for a little while. Amazing, splendid coin. And they have a lot to go for themselves as well. Now, one question you might be having is, well, will this stop anytime soon? I don't really think so, on the degree that they have quite a lot going for themselves. In a different end, it's been years since they got to this price, so correcting would also not be that crazy. But in general, yeah, the progress is really going to be good, and they have project after project after project which is going to be launched. So the next couple of months, and kind of ever, is going to be interesting for Cardano as basically the Ethereum competitor on a really high level. And then I just saw this article. I wanted to give my 2 cents. A lot of you always ask me, yeah, Dusty, this trader, in this case, Lark Davis or analyst, whatever, has recommended these coins. And I said these coins can do good. And I always look at them and I'm like, well, I get you, but is it not promoted? Because, again, you guys know, I'm trying to be honest on this channel all the freaking time, right? And the thing is, I like these lower altcoins. I like coins which are very much in the back. You guys all know I like to gamble and stuff like that, but I would definitely not put a lot of money into them, basically on the idea that I always feel as if these coins are being promoted by them. I always feel as if these coins, which have almost no name in the space right now, are being promoted by these guys for like a huge sum, just to basically push it on you guys because, well, why not just stick with these really, really top ones that still can do huge, as you can see. It's only because, well, those coins might go times 100, while these might go, let's say, times 15. And yeah, that's a big difference. But with those, is also a risk that your money really becomes zero. And with these top ones, you basically have no negative side to it, right? You only have the positive side, at least in my opinion. So I always like to stick with the real top ones and just go for some lower cap eventually every here and there. Even if the idea sounds promising, it doesn't actually mean that they'll really do good. So I'm just kind of thinking here, is this stuff being promoted by such a person because, well, they're really low market cap, nobody really knows about them, and he's talking about them all of a sudden because they have some good fundamentals? Or is he just looking around through all these coins and he's like, well, these sounds kind of interesting. Let me talk about them for my audience because I want to, give them some coins which have some huge potential. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that these things might be promoted, so it might be paid for. Since if you don't know him, and he doesn't really know him, normally he wouldn't know him for like the price or anything like that, then how do you get to him, right? I've just been thinking about that. But again, I'm not sure though. It could also be that he just really likes these coins because he did some digging. Could also be. Could definitely be so. But I've just noticed there's freaking 9,000 coins. If you just look at all the coins which have good utility, you'd have to buy, let's say, 4,000 coins. So yeah, but whatever, that's just my thoughts about the whole situation. Let me know what you think down below, and also check out the Discord. A link will be down below as always. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video, guys. Take care, and have a very freaking nice day.